This shiur is the Nishmat Lezecher Tzadik Hakadosh Yesod Olam Ari Ki Yishad Mi Lo Yira. When a lion roars, who won't be afraid? The Ari HaKadosh. And it should be Latzlachat all the Tormim. Everybody sitting over here. The 5 candles. We have a new nickname for you guys. Maybe we'll make a book like that. The 5 candles. Lahatzlachat Kol HaLomdim Torat HaSod. May Queens be the new... Ari HaKadosh. May Queens be the new site for the secrets of the Torah. It all starts from somewhere. All you gotta do is plant it. What could we say about the Ari? Rabbi Yaakov Yosef, the son of Rav Ovadia, his eldest son, which was a head taller than all of his brothers. Rabbi Yaakov Yosef was a man of truth. When he used to speak halakha, forget about Kabbalah, when he used to speak halakha, he used to say, when the Ari says a halakha, and the other rabbis say a halakha, the question doesn't even start. Halakha is like the Ari. Why? When a lion roars, if you have 1,000 sheep next, even if you have 1,000 sheep, what happens to the sheep? They run away in fear. The sheep is the poskim. They're sheep, they're kosher, they're tahor. But the Aryeh has transcended that. He became the lion that ate the korbanot. When a lion roars, all the sheep scatter. One word of the Ari could put aside 1,000 poskim, 1,000. And the Ari HaKadosh was given as an inheritance. His Torah was given as an inheritance to the Sephardic Jews. We are the direct inheritors of the Torah Ari. Everyone else tried, but they're just a weak duplicate. We're the originals.
Sorry, guys.
We're the originals. We are the inheritors of the Ari HaKadosh. We, the Sfaradim. And we, as the Bukharian Jews, when we first came to Eretz Yisrael by Rav Shalom Gadaev, when he opened up Shechat Bukhari, people don't know this. His first job was to open up Yeshivat Mekubalim to the Sadeh. And he gave a monthly stipend for the Mekubalim. That was his job. That's what he did. We as Bukharians have a very deep connection to the world of the secrets, but we just don't know how to tap into it. And the reason is because we lost our direction. Who is the Ari HaKadosh? Good question. He was very funny, Ashkenazi. His name is actually Rabbi Yitzhak Luria Ashkenazi. His father was an Ashkenazi, his name was Shlomo. His father was an old man, but his mother's chinuch is the most important. His mother was a Sfaradiya, Israeli Sfaradiya from Yerushalayim. They didn't have kids for a long time. And his mom came from a very rich family. The Ari's uncle's name was Francis. He was a very rich guy in Egypt. He used to control the ports. He had a lot of, back then, controlling the ports is like having a booth in the city. And she left all of that to marry this poor Ashkenazi man, Rabbi Shlomo. And his family came from a family of big rabbis. His cousin was the Rashal, Rabbeinu Shlomo Luria, the Maharshal, one of the great tzaddikim who a very big miracle happened to him. He once had very little oil left. Back then there was no electricity to learn Torah. And the oil used to last him for days. And he wrote about it in his book. This Rabbi Shlomo was a big tzaddik. And one day, Eliyahu Hanavi appears to him. Now, don't think about it easy. Eliyahu Hanavi comes to, Zdravstvuyte kak dela. Rabbis wait their whole life just to see him in a dream. And for him to tell them, hello. And if he tells you, hello, David, the son of Moshe, oh, you're Ben Olam Haba. You're Ben Olam Haba. Eliyahu Hanavi comes to this Rabbi Shlomo and he tells him, you're going to have a son. And I'm going to be the sandak. The sandak. I'm going to come as a human form and I'm going to hold a baby and I'm going to make him sandak. And he disappears, Eliyahu. So that day, he comes home, he doesn't tell his wife anything, and she gets pregnant. And she gives birth to the Ari HaKadosh. They called him Yitzhak. But on the day of the Brit, all the people come to the shul because he was a respected Talmid Chacham. And when do you make the Brit? In the morning or in the afternoon?
Morning.
In the morning. Can't wait till the afternoon. Doesn't matter how many parties you want to make. You can't make a Brit in the afternoon. Yira'ucha im shamesh. You have to see Hashem with the sun. Right as the sun goes up, you got to see Hashem. Elu atefilin. And everybody's waiting with the tefillin. Let's make the brit. Let's make. No. Everyone wants to see the brit. Everybody's hovering. Rabbi Shlomo didn't fall to peer pressure. He says, I'm missing somebody in the crowd. Eliyahu said he's going to be sandak. He's going to be sandak. 1 hour passes, 2 hours passes, half a day. The shul is already becoming empty. Barely a minyan. It was a test. Finally, it gets to the mincha time. Eliyahu Hanavi's favorite time. Eliyahu was answered when? In mincha. Anybody wants to know which prayer is potent to be accepted? It's mincha. Why? Mincha, there is no Baruch Sha'amar, no Shema. Straight Shemona Esrei. Asher Yoshevet Echad. Even that was added. Really, mincha is just Shemona Esrei. Eliyahu Hanavi was answered in mincha, and guess who shows up? Minyan is gone. Eliyahu Hanavi. He sits, takes the boy in his lap, and he says to the father, you be the mohel. He says, I don't know how to be the mohel. You're going to be the mohel. You're going to be it. He holds his hand, I'm going to help you. And he made the brit to the Ari HaKadosh. But the Ari HaKadosh wasn't able to learn from his father. At a young age, his father passed away. And he went down to live in Mitzrayim with his uncle, the rich uncle. At the age of 13, he already started learning Torah under the Shita Mekubetzet. You guys don't know who that is. I know who that is. He's some big stuff. The Shita Mekubetzet was his Rebbe. At the age of 15, he started learning under the Radubaz. He's some big stuff too. By the age of 16, his uncle said, you're going to be my domot. The Ari says, I have a couple of conditions. He wasn't the Ari yet. I own a house on the Nile River. Nobody could bother me 6 days a week. I'm doing hit bodedut. Meditation with Hashem.
In the Nile.
By the Nile River. By the waters. By the calming waters. If you want your prayers to be accepted, pray by the waters. Eliezer was answered by what? By the waters. Yaakov was answered where? By the waters. Moshe was answered where? By the waters. What was the greatest miracle? The splitting of the waters. And he was doing Hitbodedut for 6 days a week. Now, if it was you and me, Tzaddik, without a couple of Fabrengens, we'd be going crazy. Am I right or wrong? We need some Fabrengen. But the Ari HaKadosh, he's making Fabrengen during that time with who? He was Zocher to do with Eliyahu Hanavi. Many years later, I love this story. Rav Chaim Vital goes to Ari HaKadosh and he tells him, Rebbe, I learned Zohar. My previous Rebbe, Rav Moshe Cordovero, learned Zohar. Remember him? He made a HILULA. How come we didn't reach what you reached? You know what he said? You guys wanted it, but not as much as I did. Not as much as I did. In any passage of the Zohar I didn't understand, I used to cry. Cry! Until my bones would ache. Did you ever cry that much until your bones ached? Until you're like, I can't cry anymore? You should reach that level. It's a very big euphoric level. You gotta get to the first
I'm
one.
trying to show you how to meditate right, how to meditate properly.
So he said, you guys want it, but not as much as me. And he stood there in the Nile River for 6 days. He didn't go to a minyan. He didn't hear Sefer Torah, only on Shabbat. On Shabbat, he used to come home to his wife. And he had 2 daughters and 1 son. He called his son Moshe. This boy was from the source soul of the brother of Yoav, the general of King David. His name was Asahel. He was a very big soul. Unfortunately, much later, when the Rav Chaim Vital meets the Ari HaKadosh, the Ari tells him, I came to this world just for you. Ask me any question in the Zohar, I must answer you. He tells him, tell me the secret. When the Zohar says that there is a deer, when she has to give birth, the snake comes, bites her in the womb, and she gives birth. The Ari said in this pasuk, it says you're not allowed to ask it. Rav Chaim Vital says, but you said I could ask you anything. Because if you're going to ask me this question, something bad might happen. He says, I'm asking you. He didn't know that his son is going to die because of this. The Ari's son. He asked him, he answered him, and it's recorded in Shara Kavanot. I'm not going to tell you where because you guys are not ready to learn it yet. You guys probably don't even know what Shara Kavanot is. But in general, one day you're going to get there.
Isn't Kavanah like meditation?
And the Ari HaKadosh's son, Moshe, dies that very week. And the Ari said, because you guys forced me to reveal a secret to a person who wasn't worthy. You guys weren't worthy of hearing the secret yet. And Rav Chaim Vital asked him, Rebbe, tell me, what do I have to do to become worthy? You guys are going to freak out when you hear this. He says there's one thing that helps more than everything. And many people make light of it. Many people don't want to go there. You know what I'm talking about already. Many people go there once a year. Many people go there once in 4 years. One person only goes there when he becomes sandak. When he's going to be sandak, he's going to dip inside the mikvah. The Ari says nothing helps more for chokhmah than dipping inside the mikveh. And the Ari never missed Tvilat Ezra in his life. Never. Except for one summer, he got so sick that his intestines were ripped. Basically had a very bad case of, some people say it's hemorrhoid, some people say it's not. I don't know what exactly it was. But very bad. And his mother said, B'gzerat kibud avayim, I'm putting you under a chasam. You know what chasam means? Let's say a chasam. Huh? Cherem. Haram. If you're going to dip inside the mikveh, don't ever respect me again. So the Ari couldn't go to the mikveh for 6 months because of that. Because the mom said, if you're going to go, something bad is going to happen to you. I don't want my son to die.
You have to respect
He had to respect the
fifth commandment.
The 5th commandment. The 5th candle.
I say, I'm just remove part of the message.
The Ari HaKadosh eventually wanted to stay in Egypt his whole life. He didn't want to go up to Israel. Till God said, this isn't your mission in life. Your mission is to find a boy named Chaim. Chaim shal mimach. And you have to find him because he was your student in the previous Gilgul. Rabbi Akiva. And you're Rabbi Eliezer. Find this boy, seek him out. And make him your student and teach him all the chokhmah that Eliyahu HaNavi taught you, but not Eliyahu HaNavi taught him in a dream. Eliyahu HaNavi taught him like I'm talking to you face to face. And he made the pilgrimage from Egypt to the city of Ruach. You're the second candle, Ruach. Tzfat. The city of Torah. He went to Tzfat. Rav Chaim Vital was in Yerushalayim. And this is one of my favorite parts. The Ari comes to Rav Chaim Vital in a dream. There's a secret Kabbalistic meditation where you could be in 2 places at once. You know who likes to use that? Eliyahu HaNavi. He comes to him in a dream and he tells him, I've come to teach you. Rav Yosef Voltok, do you remember him? Rav Yosef Voltoch says he saw the Ari standing on top of his grave, and he had red hair. Ari was a gingy like David HaMelech. Suddenly, Rav Chaim Vital, some Sephardic sage, sees some red-haired gingy rabbi. Ashkenaz, tell you, I'll teach you Kabbalah. Oy, okay, I can teach you Kabbalah in my sleep. Would you come into me? That's what he said. Chalomot shavi daberun. Dreams don't go up, don't go down. Stam devarim betelim. Stay up. Ari decides to come back. It's his mission. Comes back to him. Devarim betelim. For 1 month, he's pestering him. Come, I want to teach you. Come, I want to teach you. Come to teach you. Finally, he's like, let me go see who's this gingy rabbi already. Who's this Ari HaKadosh? He goes up to Tzfat. He sees the Ari. Ari had already students. The Ramak already passed away. And the Ari was his successor in Tzfat. The Ari says, oh, welcome. Rav Chaim Vital was in shock. He says, sit down. There's a Zohar over there. Take out the Zohar. Open the Zohar. Ask me any question. Ask him a question. He thought it would be like pilpulim. Ari breaks it down in 2 seconds. Next. Ask him a question. Next. Ask him a question. Next. Rav Chaim says, yo, this guy is for real. So he goes to all the hard questions. He wants to ask him a question. Ari just stop. Atkad.
Not ready.
You didn't want to come to me all this time. Das vidanya. No, I'm not going to teach you. What do you think? Just because it was his mission, he has to become a trapka for him? No way. If a student doesn't want to submit, then you're not allowed to teach him.
You gotta break him down, bro.
Rav Chaim Vital already understood his mistake. He already understood his mistake. He goes home. He stood with sak va'efer. You know what sak va'efer is? Sackcloth and ashes. He started to cry all night. Hashem, don't close the gates of Teshuvah for me. I want to learn by this Sephardic, this Ashkenazic rabbi. The next morning, the Ari sends him a messenger. Hashem already heard your voice. You're ready now. But he's learning with him. He's learning. Lo nichnas. Doesn't get it. The Ari says, you know why you don't get it? In your past Gilgul, you were the Magid Mishnah. You don't know who that is. I know who that is. He was one of the commentaries on the Rambam. Very big sage, Rishonim. Because once a woman that was a Nida came to him and asked him a question on Nida, and he made a mistake. And that's why he had to come back in a Gilgul in you to get fixed. But what happened when you got married? They made a new kishuf. What's kishuf?
Called up store.
What?
Called up store.
Voodoo.
And because they were in black magic, every time he was with his wife, he was with her while she was in Ida. And instead of fixing her, fixing himself, he made the previous Gilgul's tikkun even worse. Because of that, Ari says, you can't understand Torah. Because any person who puts his brit in the wrong place, the gates of Chaya, of Atzilut, the secrets of the Torah, is closed.
How you open it?
So the Ari says, what do I gotta do? So the Rav Chaim Vital says, what do I gotta do? He says, there is a place in Tiberias, the Kinneret River. In the Kinneret River, there is a rock. That rock is the rock of Miriam. I know where it is. I have to feed you from that. I don't know where it is. The Ari said, I know where it is. Nah, I don't know where it is. The Ari said, I gotta feed you from that water. Once you drink from the water of Miriam, your well springs will open up.
We'll find this one.
So they go to the Kinneret on a boat. The Ari HaKadosh is learning Torah, and Rav Chaim Vital is he's manting the oars.
Yeah.
And they get to the part that he says, stop! It's over here. He takes out a big spoon, a ladle. goes inside to the water. This is true. I'm not telling you skaska, guys. This I'm telling you word for word from book Shara Gilgulim. It's at the end. You're not gonna get there for a while.
Did they map?
He takes the water and he says to Rav Chaim Vital, say a bracha, because your life is about to change. Shehakol nihiya bidvaro. He drinks the water, photographic memory, on the spot. So
did you leave a map? Did you leave a trail?
There's no maps, guys. So the Ari HaKadosh, one of my rebbeim says yes, he drank from the waters of the Miriam, but don't forget who was the one who was feeding him the water, the Ari. So it's not really about the water; it's about who's giving you the water to drink. You know, if you're gonna drink the waters of Miriam, I'm not so sure it's gonna happen to you. If you have the Ari giving you that water, it will. His mind opens up in Torah. He becomes a sponge. You know what a sponge is?
Starving. He's a starving brain.
A starving brain. And he starts to learn the whole Torah of the Ari in a year and a half. I'm going to tell you two stories. One that happened during the time of the Ari, and one is how the Ari HaKadosh passed away. Which is why the Ari passed away specifically during the 3 weeks. He didn't just pass away just like that. There's a reason why he passed away now. First story. The Ari HaKadosh was learning Torah with his students. They used to go out into the field and learn. And suddenly the Ari opened his eyes to the west. And he said a big swarm of locusts is coming to Tzfat. And it's going to eat all the harvest. We're going into 7 years of famine. And all the students started to shudder. Why? They looked. There's nothing there. The Ari said it's coming. It's coming from Damascus. He says, why is this happening to us? The Ari students told him. He says, you know why? There is one poor man in the city of Tzfat. His name is Rav Yaakov Altaraz. And he used to make a living by filling up pitchers of water and delivering it. He was the waterman. And today morning, his pitchers fell and they broke. And he's crying to Hashem, how can I be a poor man in Tzfat and nobody's giving me tzedakah? Hashem listened to his prayers and he said, this city with all the chachamim and all the nivonim and all the tzaddikim and all the mekubalim is going to 7 years of famine because of him. They didn't want to see who this poor guy is. They're out. They were listening to the tza'akat ha'evyonim with all their chokhmah. Right away, he had a student, Rav Yitzchak Cohen. He got up, he picked up his staff, and he said, there's no time to waste, we could switch this Rebbe. And he ran to his house, he opened up his safe, he took out 2 dinar zahab adumim. Very big amount of money. He went to the poor guy's house, Rav Yaakov. And he said to him, with these 2 dinars, buy yourself 2 new pitchers and keep the rest for your meals. Please pray to Hashem to cancel the decree and never ever say to Hashem, please look at how the Jews are treating me, because it causes a chain reaction. And he left the house. He goes back to the Ari, and guess what was coming out of Damascus? A swarm of locusts. And all the students said, that's it, we're done. 7 years of famine. The Ari said, don't worry, Hashem saw what my student Rav Yitzchak Cohen did. Because of this act, the locusts will make a U-turn and get out of here. And that's what they did. Through the power of tzedakah. That's one story of the Ari HaKadosh and his students. Second story. There was one rabbi, his name was Ha'alshich. He really wanted to learn Kabbalah. The Ari said, you're not worthy. So the Ari told him, if you're going to stand by where we meet, and you're going to meet up with us, you're worthy. If not, you're not worthy. He was staying over there all night waiting when they're going to come. Because he didn't tell him when he's going to come. By the time they come, Betardema nafla alaf, he fell asleep. That's Vidanya. And they came and they left. He woke up, they already left. And the Ari sent a messenger, tell Rav Alshich to go back home because he's not worthy. Third story with the Ari HaKadosh. The Ari HaKadosh's daughter got married to Rav Yosef Karo's son. The Ari and the Baal Shulchan Aruch were Kudo. One time the Ari was davening with his kudo in shul, and Rav Yosef Karo had a magid. And suddenly they see Ari used to pray for long. What the rabbi does over here, Shmoneh Esrei, that was nothing for the Ari. That was nothing. So Rav Yosef Karo suddenly one day in the Sheva Barachot, Rav Yosef Karo was praying longer than the Ari. How is he praying longer? He doesn't know kavanot like you. The Ari says, "Relax, guys, relax." Whisper in his ear that the key to the refrigerator where they're keeping all the food for the Sheva Brachot is in so and so place. That's why he's praying for so long. He can't remember where he put the keys. Trust me, my prayer is much longer than his. That's another story with Ari Yosef Karo. Another story. This is how the Ari HaKadosh passed away. The Ari HaKadosh said, I'm getting a little hot over here.
Yeah, I know. It's a hot story, bro.
The Ari HaKadosh, how did he pass away? The Ari HaKadosh said, Atana Dabe Eliyahu, if there are 10 Jews who all love each other and care about each other, only 10 I need, Eliyahu Hanavi says. Eliyahu Hanavi. I'm bringing Mashiach just for them. Guys, you gotta do this. We gotta do this. There's 11.
We got one extra, man. That means Eliyahu's here, bro.
Just like this.
Eliyahu's giving the 12.
So the Ari said, we're gonna be the 10. They were actually 12. The Ari says, there were 12. With the Ari, there were 13. With us, we're gonna bring Mashiach, but to truly love each other, we can't just meet up once in a while for a farbrengen. That's the way it works, guys. To love each other, we gotta live with each other. Then we could truly understand who is who and who's he. So they all rented a house in the same courtyard. And who always starts the balagan? The wife. One day, and when does she usually start the balagan? Erev Shabbat. No offense to the wood. One day it was Erev Shabbat, and they were already living together. One of the students' wives made Jang Denozi with another one of the wives. And the husband started to get fire because why are you making fun of my wife? This and that. Suddenly, all the students started fighting. The Ari got out of his house and he said, because of this, guys, das vidania. I'm going. Laila Tov. It was Erev Shabbat. All the students that Shabbat were crying. It was the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av. They were crying, Rebbe, we're making Teshuvah, we love each other, we do the kumbaya together. Hallelujah. We'll all love each other. The Ari says there's no second chances. Kas, anger, is the key to destruction. I'm leaving. 3 days later, it was the 5th of Av, and he passed away. Because of Sinat Chinam, right before Tisha B'Av. That's why the Rashar says, every Erev Tisha B'Av, every Erev Shabbat, you have to do Hatarat Nedarim Ukelalot, disavowing the curses. Because when did they fight? Erev Shabbat. When do you have to nullify the curses? Erev Shabbat. And that's how the Ari passed away, because of Sinat Chinam, baseless hatred. And that's the lesson that we have to take with us this Tisha B'Av. If we want really Mashiach, we don't need to love all the Jews. That's not going to happen. All we need is what? 10.
Yes.
The 10 Sefirot. And Hashem will send us Mashiach Tzidkenu. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.